Hello viewers, so welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham Ali Khan. So now I'm going to start a new topic in advanced aspects of income tax. This is a part of unit number 2. In unit number 2 already I have completed the explanation and problems on income from other sources. Last so many videos I have prepared on theory as well as problems on income from other sources. The second part of this unit is regarding agricultural income. So in this video I am going to explain you about the agricultural income, the provisions of Income Tax Act 1961 regarding the taxability of agricultural income, then problems I am going to solve. So watch the video till the end to get the complete command on this subject. I told you the problems are based on the theory. So this video is going to be very important, which will be helpful in solving the problems on agricultural income. So if you have not watched the earlier videos, I suggest you to go to the playlist of my channel. Select the subject advanced aspect of income tax. Watch the earlier videos, income from other sources. You will get a lot of command. So before starting this video, I expect you to take a screenshot of the notes which I have written on the board. Make it a hard copy, write it down so that it will be helpful in remembering the provisions, and also in examination you may get a theory question regarding explain the provisions of Income Tax Act regarding agricultural income. Take a screenshot, then I'll explain. Come on viewers, now I'm going to explain agricultural income. Section 10, subsection 1 of the Income Tax Act 1961 says that agricultural income is exempted from tax. So simple words, if an SSC is having only agricultural income, complete agricultural income is exempted from tax. Because this exemption is given mainly because agricultural income is the state subject. So state government can, plan regarding the tax on agriculture. It's not a central government's decision. So that's why according to section 10 subsection 1, agriculture income is exempted. However, if a person is having agriculture income and non-agriculture income, in that case agricultural income will be considered for calculating the tax on non-agriculture income. So this provision will apply if an SSC is having agriculture income and non-agriculture income. Now what do you mean by agriculture income? Because Income Tax Act says agriculture income is exempted. So everybody will try to make his income as agriculture income so that they can be able to escape from tax liability. That's why Income Tax Act has given elaborate provisions regarding how to say that this income is agriculture income. What are the characteristic features of agricultural income? Now, first one, if the owner or tenant of agricultural land situated in India receives sale money of crop either in cash or in kind. First point. If the owner of the land or tenant of the land which is used for agricultural purpose, he sold the crop, agricultural crop he sold, and receives cash or in kind. By selling the agricultural crop, he received the cash or in kind. That is agricultural income. Example, Mr. X is the owner of land, agricultural land. He has grown some agricultural land, sold the agricultural source. He has grown some agricultural crops, and after selling the agricultural crop, he realized the cash. That is agricultural income. Either cash or in kind. First. Second one, if the owner or tenant of agricultural land performs certain processes to make the agricultural product fit for sale. Sometimes the agricultural produce are not fit for sale in the market. It requires some processing. Example, in case of tobacco, in case of jawar, bajra, etc. Directly after producing the agricultural crop, it is not in a saleable condition. some processing has to be done. Just like tobacco leaves have to be dried up, it has to be processed, then only it will have a saleable value in the market. So until and unless it is processed, it does not have saleable value. So any activity which is conducted to process the agricultural crops in order to make it saleable in the market, that activity is also called agricultural activity. Income derived is agricultural income. Similarly, income derived by the owner or tenant of agricultural land from a building situated in farmhouse in rural area. Sometimes a building or farmhouse is situated in rural area and that building is used for purpose of storing agricultural crops, for storing agricultural produce. So any rent derived from that building, that is agricultural income, because the building is used for storing agricultural crops. So these three incomes we can say agricultural income. First one, when the owner or tenant has done some agricultural work, he has sold the agricultural crops and realized the cash or kyle, that is agriculture. Secondly, if a person has performed some activity of converting, of processing the agricultural produce and making it saleable in the market, agricultural income. Thirdly, if the building is used for storing agricultural produce in rural area, the rent of the building is also agricultural income. Now, income derived from agricultural land situated either in rural or urban area can be treated as agricultural income. When the agricultural work is going on either in the rural area or urban area, the income derived from agriculture is agricultural income. That point. Now, the above three incomes are treated as agricultural income only when the following conditions are satisfied. These three incomes are called agricultural income provided the following three conditions are satisfied. What are the three conditions? The first, rent or revenue derived from land. That means whatever agriculture income is there, that should be directly related with the land. Rent or revenue should be derived from land. Rent is derived. That means Mr. X is the owner of agricultural land. He has let out the agricultural land to Mr. B. He is the tenant. B is the tenant, A is the owner. B is performing agricultural activities and paying the rent to A. So A is getting the rent from his agricultural land. So rent is agricultural income. Revenue. Mr. B has produced the agricultural goods. He sold the agricultural crop and realized the revenue. So A received the rent, B received the revenue, and A's rent and B's revenue both are agricultural income. That means rent or revenue should be derived from land. And the land is used for agricultural purpose. Second condition is the land must be used for agricultural purpose. How we can say it is for agricultural purpose? Income Tax Act has defined two operations are there. Basic operation and subsequent operation. So if a person performs both the basic operation as well as subsequent operation, then his income will be agriculture income. What are basic operations? The activities conducted before the plants are sprouted, germinated out of the ground. That means regarding digging of the earth, watering the plant, sowing the seeds, all these are the activities before the sprouting of the plant, that is called basic activity. And subsequent activities are those activities which are performed after the plants are germinated, comes out, sprouts from the earth. So after the plants are sprout out from the earth, the activities are regarding pesticides or cutting the trees, cutting the plants. All these are subsequent activities. So if a person performs basic activity and subsequent activity, his income is completely agriculture. If he performs only subsequent activity, his income is not agriculture income. It is non-agriculture income. So if a person performs only subsequent activity, it is called non-agricultural income. Then land is situated in India. That means only agricultural income from Indian land will be exempted. It is agricultural income. If a person earns agricultural income outside India, then it is taxable in India. Agricultural income earned outside India is taxable in India if the SSC is an ordinarily resident person. So these are the three conditions to be fulfilled. Then only we can say the income is agricultural income. Now, kinds of agricultural income. Some examples are given. Some examples regarding which incomes are agricultural income. First one, rent from agricultural land. Any rent received by letting out agricultural land. For example, Mr. A is the owner of agricultural land. He is not doing any agricultural activity. He has just given on rent to another farmer B. So A is only getting the rent from agricultural land. That rent is agricultural income. Secondly, revenue received from agricultural land. Revenue received, that means after doing all agricultural activities, the crop has come. Thus, by selling the crop, the owner is getting some revenue. That revenue is the agricultural income. Thirdly, income received by the performance of some process to render produce saleable. Just now I told you, in some cases, agricultural produce, after producing, it is not in a saleable condition. Some processing has to be done, then only it will have a value in the market. A best example, tobacco. The tobacco leaves does not have any saleable value as soon as it is produced. Some processing has to be done to make it saleable in the market. The activity of processing the agricultural produce to make it saleable in the market, that is also agricultural income. Next one, from assessment year 2009-10 onwards, any income derived from saplings and seedlings grown in nursery. Nowadays, many nurseries are coming up where small plants are grown, some pots, the plants are grown in pots, then nursery activities are going on. So, from the assessment year 2009-10, the activity of nursery is also considered as agricultural income. Next, income from house used for agricultural purpose. Just now I told you, any building, any house which is used to store the agricultural goods, to protect the agricultural goods, provided that house is in rural area, then any rent received from that house is also agricultural income. So these are the examples of agricultural income you have to remember to write in theory. An examination theory question will be asked regarding, explain the provisions regarding agricultural income. Whatever I have explained from beginning, that will be important. The following incomes, though connected with land, are not considered as agricultural income. Income Tax Act has given some list of incomes which are connected with land. But Income Tax Act says this is not agricultural income. It is non-agricultural income. Though it is connected with the land. Income is derived from the land, but not agriculture. Example, income from land used for potteries or as brick fields. Potteries, making pots through mud. Mud is, we got the mud from the earth. So from the earth we are getting the mud. From the mud we are making the pots or bricks which are used in construction. Connected with land. But Income Tax Act says it is not agricultural income. The income received by brick kiln. The income received by making the potteries, not agriculture. Secondly, income from land used in stone quarries. Stones are extracted from the earth. The stones, the marble, granite or different types of stones are there that are derived from the land only. But Income Tax Act says income derived from stone quarries, not agriculture. Next one, income from fisheries. Fisheries are the activity which is concerned with extracting the fishes. Income Tax Act says not agriculture income. Income from ferries, boats. Boats are used in rivers, etc. The income derived from boats, not agriculture income. Income from mining. That means the coal or any material is extracted from the earth. So mining activity, that is also not agricultural income. Income from dairy farming, poultry farming, cattle breeding, butter and cheese making. All these things are non-agriculture. Cattle breeding, poultry farming, all these are not agriculture income, non-agriculture income. Income of a money lender either received in cash or in kind on the loan given for agriculture purpose. If a money lender has given the loan to a farmer for doing agricultural work, so Income Tax Act says interest received by the money lender for the loan given for agriculture purpose is non-agriculture income. It is not agriculture income, it is non-agriculture income. So these are the items which are connected with land, but Income Tax Act says these are not agricultural income. That's all. Now I am coming to the very important point, partly agriculture and partly non-agriculture. In some cases, a person may be having some agriculture income and some non-agriculture income. In that case, Income Tax Act says segregate your income. Divide your income into agriculture income and non-agriculture income. Then Income Tax Act says we'll give you the procedure of how to compute the tax on non-agriculture income. So if a person is having both, partly agriculture, partly non-agriculture, so how to calculate the tax? Income Tax Act has given the provision. Now I am going to explain. Tax treatment of agriculture income. So according to section 10(1), agriculture income is exempted from tax. Just now I told you. Section 10 subsection 1 says agriculture income is exempted from tax. But it is considered, agriculture income is considered for calculating the tax on non-agriculture income. For example, a person is having 5 lakh rupees agriculture income, 20 lakh rupees non-agriculture income. Total 20 lakh non-agriculture, 5 lakh agriculture, 25 lakh rupees income is having. So Income Tax Act will not say 5 lakh rupees agriculture is exempted, remaining 10 lakh rupees non-agriculture income you have to pay the tax. No, Income Tax Act has given the procedure. If you are having both agriculture and non-agriculture, club it. Club agriculture and non-agriculture, and we put a higher rate of tax on non-agriculture. Now, non-agriculture income. The process of adding the agriculture income and non-agriculture income is called aggregating the income or clubbing the income. The act of adding up agriculture and non-agriculture income is called clubbing or integrating. So when we can club, the net effect of integration of income is the assessee has to pay more tax or indirectly hidden tax on agriculture income. See here. Why we are clubbing both? The Income Tax Act says we are putting a higher amount of tax on non-agriculture income if a person is having agriculture and non-agriculture. So indirectly we can say there is a hidden element of tax on agriculture income also. Agriculture income, the integration of agriculture income in the total income is made only when the assessee satisfies two conditions. Income Tax Act says two conditions are given. If both the conditions are satisfied, then only integration will be done. Clubbing will be done. Both the incomes will be added if the two conditions are satisfied. The first condition, if the net income from agriculture is more than 5,000. If the agriculture income is more than 5,000. If the agriculture income is less than 5,000, no integration, no clubbing. For example, if a person is having 4,000 rupees agriculture income and 10 lakh rupees non-agriculture income, so only 4,000 rupees agriculture, 10 lakh rupees non-agriculture, no clubbing. No clubbing. Agriculture income is completely exempted. Now pay the tax only on non-agriculture. No clubbing, because the agriculture income is below 5,000. Second, if the non-agriculture income is more than basic exemption limit, for the current assessment year 21-22, the basic exemption limit for non-senior citizen is 2,50,000. Non-senior citizen, the basic exemption limit 2,50,000. For senior citizen, 3 lakh. For super senior citizen, 5 lakh. These are the basic exemption limit for three category of SSCs during the current phase. So if the non-agriculture income is more than basic exemption limit, example, if a person is having, suppose 10 lakh rupees agriculture income, but only 2 lakh rupees non-agriculture income, no clubbing. No clubbing. 10 lakh rupees agriculture, only 2 lakh rupees non-agriculture, no clubbing, because non-agriculture income is below 2,50,000. So over 2,50,000, Non-agriculture income should be more than 2,50,000 and agriculture income should be more than 5,000. If both the conditions are satisfied, then only we club, aggregate, right? Then tax computation. How to compute the tax? Step 1, calculate the tax on the total income. First you club both the incomes. Agriculture income 10 lakh, non-agriculture income 20 lakh. Club it. 10 lakh agri and 20 lakh non-agri. Add up 30 lakh. Calculate the tax on 30 lakh rupees. First step. That is called calculating the tax on total income. Second step, adding the agriculture income to basic exemption limit and calculate the tax on exempted income. Second step, agricultural income. Suppose 10 lakh rupees agriculture income. Non-agriculture income basic exemption limit. Suppose the basic exemption limit is 2,50,000. So agriculture income 10 lakh. Non-agriculture income basic exemption limit 2,50,000. Add up 10 lakh plus 2,50,000. 12,50,000 is called exempted income. Calculate tax on exempted income. Calculate tax on exempted income. First step, calculate tax on total income. Second step, calculate tax on exempted income, which is agriculture income plus basic exemption limit. Third, use the following equation to calculate income tax. Income tax is equal to tax on total income minus tax on exempted income. And a tax in the first step minus tax in the second step will get the income tax. To this income tax, deduct tax rebate if any. If tax rebate is there, deduct tax rebate. Otherwise, add surcharge if any. If surcharge is applicable, add up the surcharge if any. Last one, compulsorily add health and education cess at the rate of 4%. Then we'll get the tax liability. That's it. So in this video, I have explained you the complete detail regarding the provisions of Income Tax Act regarding the taxability of agricultural income. In examination, theory question will be asked. Explain the provisions regarding agricultural income under the Income Tax Act. All these points, whatever I have explained, that you have to write in theory examination. Apart from that, the problems. The problems also may appear in examination regarding computation of tax liability when a person is having agriculture and non-agriculture income. So just now I have explained you all the steps. So inshallah in the next video I am going to start the problems on agricultural income.